Yeah, it's Japanese.
Perhaps talk a bit more about Brexit and the implications of that, and perhaps talk a bit about the Labour Party and how the two fit together and so on. All I'll say now, I'll try and keep it to a few sentences, and we can try and have a little bit of a discussion. I was a member of the House of Commons for 9 years, and I've been a member of the European Parliament for, I don't know what, 2.5 years now. And they both have strengths and weaknesses, with one of the most over-mighty executives in Western democracy. The European Parliament is very different. Everything's slow, detailed and technical, but it's done by consensus. In order to get things done here, you have to get an agreement between different political groups, different parties, on every line of every piece of legislation and every clause. You have to get an agreement. You can't just take it for granted. There's no government in this place. That's the fundamental difference. There are no ministers, there's no government, there's no people telling you what to do. You've got to get an agreement for everything. And it actually works. It's a good legislature.
At all. The way this will work, you've had a brief speech or brief question and answer with your MEP. I will do my best to tell you about the European Parliament and the European Union, possibly Brexit if that's of any interest to you. I have a few videos I could show you. The best way, I have over 60 slides, that's quite torturous for you perhaps, is to try to respond to what you are interested in. So perhaps you could tell me a little bit about yourselves. That's the other side of the coin. But previously, definitely, it was individual commissioners. Almost, you could almost see how powerful they were by the quantity of legislation passed. Now, perhaps there's a bit more focus on quality.
I'm sitting in the centre of Strasbourg now after visiting the European Parliament. It's a really pretty city, by the way, really nice, a bit pricey. That's what you get for this part of the world. The visit to the European Parliament was really, really interesting. It kind of explained a lot of things and dispelled a lot of myths, and it was fascinating to actually see a debate taking place and you heard from people across the political spectrum, it really does look like a better way of organising a parliament than our own. Although, of course, like our own parliament, I think the debates are not where the action happens, the real action happens in committees. It cleared up a lot of myths for me, which I'm going to talk about later because my battery's quite low at the moment. But all I can say is that anybody who is interested in politics and how we run ourselves, really find out more about this, because not only do you dispel a lot of myths, but also you get to thinking, you know, actually say for example with Brexit, we're losing so much democracy that we're putting it into the hands of a far less democratic system. We're not taking back control, we're actually getting rid of a degree of control, and that's quite fascinating, if not a bit worrying. But in the meantime, there we are, this is Strasbourg. It's just nice to sit here, drink coffee, watch the world go by and hear people chattering away in a dozen different languages. Until travelling, Matt, keep travelling.
Pour écouter un commentaire enfant, choisissez le 11.
Um den Kinderkommentar zu hören,
wählen Sie bitte die 12.